Newfoundland is a rugged island in the North Atlantic, situated north of Maine and Nova Scotia. It's steeped in centuries of nautical history from the Vikings to the early 15th century explorations by John Cabot. Our winter journey started in Lewisport. We were bound for Twillingate, but poor weather had us divert to Exploits Island. Exploits Island was magically deserted and we loved our all too brief stay there. Our next stop gave us a taste of the North Atlantic, power in 6 to 9 foot seas and freezing temperatures. Twillingate was a quick stop and we had an opportunity to keep going, and keep going we did to the little town of Seldom on Fogo Island. Weather dictated we stay on Fogo Island for a couple days and gave us a chance to enjoy some stunning hikes. The weather opened up and gave us an opportunity to make up some ground, and we were soon off on a 17-hour passage to Bonavista. Again, too short of a stay here, we kept moving to Bay de Verde. After arriving in the dark in Bay de Verde, we soon set off at first light to make our way to St. John's before good weather simply collapsed, and we found ourselves stormbound for over 2 weeks.
And then you have over.
Smells different here.
Look at that walking trail. See the bridges?
Oh, wow.
All a walking trail there. Look at that.
The bigger buoy in front of us here.
Yeah.
Don't hit it.
Okay. Yeah, it does have a different smell. It smells like dried alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Or like beer candy.
I was just thinking, did you drink something when you were down in the cabin?
I am going to have something to drink tonight. Holy shit. 28% battery left. We squeaked it. We wouldn't have been able to motor it here. We had to sail today.
Yeah. Well, but we were calculating on sailing, right?
Well, it is, Eric. Yep.
Where?
In that gray truck over there.
Oh. That's crazy how they built the houses in the rock.
Yeah? Good catch. Yeah, sign up for a baseball team.
We're here in St. John's in the harbor. It's luckily we were able to go to the other side on the south side because it's a little bit more accessible to trails for the dogs. This is how it looks like. Here there's Hakluyt, and you can see the city on the other side, and look at the monster beside us. Gee, let's go around this here, guys. Come. Hey, this is so cool here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the dogs can't run, but I also think it's a bit dangerous. Oh, look at this here. Whoa. You can go ahead now. Yeah. Ooh. A little bit slippery here. Hey, Chloe. This way. It's like almost like in a ghost forest here, huh? I wish I could let you run. Unfortunately, they require dogs on the leash, which is a little bit sad because our dogs love to run and explore. That's why Chloe has a GPS collar on, because she usually goes a little bit further than we want to so we can see where she is. This is beautiful. Fairy trail. Go, Edward. Oh, there's a little bridge down there.
Spectacular up here, not gonna lie. A little windy. Hopefully you can hear us. But with the fog and the mist, it's just surreal. It's like we're on another planet completely, and we're just in St. John's, the city. Unreal.
So we were lucky again that we got a awesome truck here where we can also transport the dogs. It's so awesome here in Newfoundland because everywhere we go, they offer us a car. There are always people that say, here, you can have my car for a week. It's amazing. So we're going to Bay Bull now. Where do we go?
Yeah, Bay Bulls, we'll check out the harbor there and see if it's any better. It's likely not going to be any better, but at least we can drive there and scope it out and do a little road trip, side trip, get off the boat for a little bit and off the rocking washing machine. And we just talked to Jill from the Port Authority here, the Harbour Authority, and there's nothing else. We're actually in the best spot that we can be, even though it's not ideal. So yeah, any sort of weather window that we can get,
we're out of here.
We'll leave.
And it's not only
as long as it's better.
The rocking of the ship, it's also the smell here, which is very bad because they all have their engines run and it just smells like diesel exhaust, which is not really what we like. So that's another reason why we want to get out of here, to get some fresh air in the countryside.
All right, well, this is like day 11 of bad weather. Today's a little more ferocious than some of the other days. Getting almost steady 40-knot winds. But we moved here in the small boat basin, and it's a lot better in here for us. Not rocking nearly as much. And but boy, that rain, or maybe it's ice, I'm not quite sure what. When we turn facing east into the wind, it definitely it's that stinging rain, right? It's blowing hard enough. Anyway, let's give you guys a look. As we can be, kind of tucked in here behind some of the bigger fishing boats, the wharf. So I'm happy, and Hackett is happy. Always a challenge getting on and off the boat. So when we do our little walk out here, there's this place called the Narrows, and it's kind of the narrowest constriction to the entrance of the harbor, and that seems to be the place where the waves are the angriest, and so it's a good chance for us to sort of evaluate what the conditions are, at least getting out of the harbor. We know once we get a couple miles offshore that things should settle down a little bit, but it's that escape from St. John's Harbor. that has us a little bit nervous. We watched a big Ocean X container ship leave yesterday, and it just got rocked in the swells right at the entrance to the harbor. It's pretty amazing to watch a 700-foot ship pitch or up and down about 40 or 50 feet. It's quite a sight. So when we talk about the Narrows, it's this spot right behind us, right behind me here, kind of right there. I don't know if you can see it on screen or not, but you got this broiling water here, and if Flynn would let me, I could show you that there's some broiling water right in there, so you got to kind of nail it right in the middle.
Just getting ready to go to town. It looks like we can leave St. John's in the next 2 days, so we want to be on standby and ready when the waves calm down. Our good friend Eric is picking us up today and brings us to a few grocery stores and to the pet stores. We can buy some pet food, and we're good to go anytime. Oh, the tide is pretty low here.
Good morning, Judith.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for picking us up to go shopping.
Not to worry, not to worry. Wes was saying you got something, a bright light up in the sky here.
Yeah, it's very rare here.
I said it's only a dream. This fog and rain is going to come back, and the wind and everything else. Anyway, all good.
Are we all set?
The cod fishery, the Grand Banks of Newfoundland, was by far the richest cod fishing grounds in the world, and it was fished for years and years and years by the Portuguese, the Spanish, the English, the French, Canadians, Russians, you name it. In 1992 it was shut down. Because in Newfoundland I believe there was something like 40,000 people out of work overnight, right?
So why did they shut it down?
Because the cod stocks had been depleted.
We decided to do a little detour over Signature, a little bit sightseeing. I'm not quite dressed for that, but let's go and see how it looks like there.
Signal Hill, and this is Cabot Tower.
This is so cool.
Cape Spear is over there, the most eastern point in North America. St. John's is there, the oldest city in North America.
Oh, wow.
So the tower, that's where Marconi sent his first transatlantic wireless message. I believe it was 19. I should know that, but I don't. I wasn't a history
I'm sure
buff.
we can find it. To get out of St. John's tomorrow morning. We try this now for about 15 days, and every time we want to leave in the morning it looks really bad, mostly high waves.
I think this is the coldest morning yet since we've been here. St. John's anyway.
How cold is it?
25 degrees.
3.3 meter high waves, and then down as the day goes on. Yeah, it'll be a pretty rough ride this morning. But we can't delay because there's the next storm coming in tonight. So we gotta reach Vermuse before the storm. Yeah, so we're just getting ready to leave. The waves are still pretty high, but we have to get out of here. because if we delay, we'll get the storm that's predicted. I've got so many clothes on. I've got a whole entire warm suit, which comes from skydiving. Then I've got my rain pants on top and my big jacket, waterproofed. And for getting the dark lines, I have rubber gloves, like thick ones, and later I change in my mittens. And of course, I have to put my life vest on. Okay, let's go. Finally, after 2 weeks, we're finally leaving. Yay, freedom! To freedom! Jack Sparrow would say that. Okay, gotta get the bumpers in, I guess.
What do you think?
The waves are pretty high, but it's cool.
Thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate it. Please click subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. And special thanks to Eric and Ruth O'Brien and St. John's for all your help. It was really essential in helping us getting all our supplies and provisions and getting stuff situated for the rest of the journey. So thank you very much, guys.
And by the way, subscribing is completely for free. And if you would like to leave us a comment and let us know what you want to see, like maybe more landscape, more refit, more recipes, more whatever, or maybe you want to tour in the boat, want to know something about us, just let us know and we'll try to accommodate that. And now I've got, as always, we like to eat and we like to eat healthy. So today I made some banana cookies, bananas walnut cookies actually. They're still warm.
And warm is good because it's snowing out and it's cold, like every other day.
Yeah, so if you like the recipe for this cookie, just keep watching. It's at the very end. I'll share the recipe with you. Thank you. Bye. Mashing the banana. Now I'm adding some soaked dates. So this is how it looks like. You soak the dates in water and just keep the water because this is the sweetest part actually. So we're adding a little bit of the water. It's like a syrup and you can use it for all kinds of things. So I added some different kind of flours. This is 2 tablespoons of almond flour, 2 tablespoons buckwheat flour, and 2 tablespoons of tapioca flour. At the end I add half a teaspoon of baking powder and kind of mix it with the flour a little bit before I mix it all together with bananas. Now I added a handful of walnuts. I put them on in a casserole. You can use a baking sheet with some parchment paper. I made 6 cookies out of this. You can use any shape, any size, whatever you want. I preheated the oven to about 360 degrees Fahrenheit and I bake it for about 20 minutes. And there we go. Cookies are ready.